In 1997, I was born and raised in a small town in central New Jersey. Tewksbury is known for its beautiful open land, horse farms, and it's only about an hour outside of New York City. I attended the school in my town from kindergarten to 8th grade and loved it. There were less than 70 kids in each grade, so naturally everyone knew each other, and there was a very strong sense of community in the school. Once I graduated middle school, I had a fresh start at a new school called Gill St. Bernard's, which is about 25 minutes from my hometown. At GSB, we had the same class sizes as my old school, but there was a different feel to the school. I never thought that I would transfer to a school with an even stronger sense of community. At Gill, we could leave our backpacks anywhere, our laptops left out open on any desk, our phones unattended. We never had to worry about our belongings, as we trusted one another. We were in such a bubble. Fast forward to a few years later. At this point, I've narrowed down my college search to just a few schools. St. Lawrence was the school that I ended up deciding on, as it reminded me of what I knew best. I was comfortable there. A university in a very small town in upstate New York called Canton. SLU was just familiar for me. Fast forward again, it's my junior year and I'm studying abroad in Prague, Czech Republic. It's insane how different my life has become now that I'm living in a city in Europe. We go out most nights, travel to a different city each weekend, and experience life through a different lens. My friends and I decided to travel to Paris a few weekends ago. None of us had ever been there before, and we were all beyond excited to see the city that we always dreamt of seeing. A bunch of our friends from St. Lawrence would also be in Paris that weekend, and we were thrilled to all be together. When we finally arrived in Paris, we were stunned by its beauty. Of course, we all went out that night, and I will never forget the lessons learned from it. Long story short, one of our good friends had ended up lost in Paris, a city much larger than Prague, without her phone and in the early hours of the morning. When we thought she was with our other friends from St. Lawrence, she had been trying to navigate her way through the city without a phone or a clue as to where she was or where our Airbnb was. Thankfully, everything had turned out to be alright, and we ended up getting her home safely to where we were staying. I can tell now, after being exposed to a scary situation like that one, that I had grown up in such a bubble. I always chose to stay in my comfort zone up until I decided to study abroad. Being in a foreign country has taught me and the people around me that life doesn't always go as planned and that there will be negative parts of every experience. But that's okay because I've learned and grown from these experiences, and I can honestly say that I am more of a culturally aware person because of them.